Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we're back with featuring Contempt Court. We're about to go into the trial, and we're going in completely unaware if Maris actually did kill this guy or not, because she quote unquote doesn't remember. I'm putting so much down on her, even though it's probably not her, but you never know, right? And there's also the thing that came to mind just now. It's going off again about the victim's empty briefcase. That even if like the whole thing I had in mind, whatever was inside the victim's luggage, that means that whoever the killer was, like the real killer, if it wasn't, Maris Rubin, it was a killer who had time to, like, rifle through the victim's luggage and take it all out. Like, they took out, like, the contents, but the bag itself. So, like, they were being selective, but then took everything out. So, don't even know whatever is inside of it, but that means, like, after, like, if the witness said was true, I'm going off that assumption. So they saw, like, Maris go inside the victim's room a minute before the gunshot. That means, literally, the killer had literally no chance to, look around the victim's luggage, grab it, or maybe they, they took it out after, like, all the guests went into the room to see what's going on, and when everyone went back to their rooms, the killer then took that as their time to go back in and, do their business. That sort of thing. But it's just theory. How's it going, Maris? Are you sure no more of your memories come back against yesterday? Because if you don't tell me if you had your memory back, then I'm gonna assume you did it. How many times do I have to repeat myself, Mr. Wright? Nothing has come back to me yet. There's no need to get so worked up. I'm only trying to help you. You're right. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Just my nerves. Call me pessimistic, but I just don't have a good feeling about how this whole thing will end. What can I say to that? Probably nothing. Mr. Rubin, I'm not a miracle worker. Except for the second game where you made a miracle. Well, I mean, you made it happen. So, yeah. I can't promise that this case will have a happy ending for you, but I trust you. I will do everything I can to find the truth, and I hope that the truth will prove your innocence. It's just, even I don't know if I'm innocent or not. Now I really don't know what to say. Court will commence in 3 minutes. Poor woman. She thinks nobody's on her side. Nobody believes her story of seeing the ghost commit the murder. God, spirit check. Why couldn't it be ghost? As ridiculous as it sounds, I've seen Mayan pearls chain off spirits and dead before. But now a real ghost? They feel less inclined to believe they exist. I hope she's telling the truth. Here we are, without Maya on our side. Court is now in session for the trial of Maris Rubin. The defense is ready, Your Honor. As am I, Judge. Very good. Your opening statement. This is evidence. What else could possibly be required? How about a witness? Okay, I think he's hiding again. Besides that, there was nobody who witnessed the crime correctly, as it happened inside somebody's hotel room. But there was somebody who saw the defendant entering the victim's room. Okay, you're back now. I see. Scream or there's a graphical glitch. But first, the lead detective will be called in to explain all of this. Snow? Oh, hi. Name and occupation, please. Arthur, and no sarcasm! Oh, what the goddamn sarcasm, now? Looks like they're really starting to get on each other's nerves. Robert Snow, homicide detective. Before you go into details with the crime scene, I'd like you to describe the defendant's arrest. It's quite an interesting one, Your Honor. Then proceed by all means. Snow. Fine. That's the spirit, literally. Defense arrest. That has something to do with, like, literally the fake detective coming in and just, you're guilty, grab. The defendant was arrested in quite an unusual way. The chief found her unconscious on the steps of the police station. This note was found in her, too. After reading it, we had no choice but to place her in custody. No choice. No choice. Interesting. Mr. Wright, are you ready for the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Onwards and upwards we go. Time to literally press everything. You press Snow's buttons. How exactly was it unusual? Oh, come on, mate. You don't find that least bit out of the ordinary. Was a stupid question. Everything we make is a stupid question for you. Unconscious. You mean she was just lying there? What do you think it means when I say she's unconscious? That she was comatose? I meant, who would do such a thing as to leave somebody out in the open like that? Concerned citizen, that's who. A concerned citizen? Yeah, you see, the snow was found on her too. Wait, do we have that on hand? Oh wait, yeah, he showed us to it earlier, but we don't have it in the record. That's the note Detective Snow showed me yesterday. Do you have any idea who wrote that note? Well, here's the thing. We did a handwriting analysis in the note, but we couldn't find a match. Huh? What do you mean? I mean, there's no record of this kind of handwriting in the database. In short, we can't identify the writer of this note. So, Detective Terry Greason both isn't on the police force, and it also is not a criminal. Don't know if that's good or bad. Personalized the core record. Okay, now we have that. Definitely want to revisit it. Maybe Thorpe Patel has been murdered and someone is a princess. Please place your custody to investigation for guilt. Okay. I'm willing to bet that Terry Greason wrote that note. No, it was obviously some other guest in the hotel, right? Hold on. Why would you trust an anonymous note? If you have no idea who sent it, how can you all be sure my client is guilty? Because of the scar made. God damn it. 3 reasons. 1, the chief discovered the defendant told us to do what the note said. 2, nobody questioned the chief. Nobody. And 3, the crime scene. Is the defense trying to dismiss the note as unimportant? No, it's just reliable evidence. True, it's the nurse anonymous and we have every right to be suspicious. But look what happened when the police did carry out the note's instructions. They found a crime scene overflowing with evidence. Okay. Order. The defendant's presence of the crime was definitely proven? Why do you ask Snow? Overflowing with evidence, you say? Well, I mean, if you're gonna go with the whole thing like Meredith held the gun? I mean, no, because she was wearing gloves, there's no fingerprints on them. That's not gonna work. What kind of overflowing evidence do you have? This doesn't give us a testimony what he found. Very well. Detective Snow, if you would be so kind. I suppose I could. I suppose I could, and I shan't, and I won't. Okay, fine. We got to the crime scene around 2 AM, roughly an hour after the murder occurred. The victim was face up on the floor. He'd been shot in the head. Really? The defendant served him a cup of coffee beforehand. Her fingerprints were on it. The gun was found 10 feet away from the body and had 1 empty chamber. Since the defendant was the only other person in the room at the time... excuse me, sorry. Well, you fill in the blanks. The ghost did it. Where does this incident happen, Detective? It's a Maplethorpe Hotel, Your Honor. It's about 2 hours away from the city by car. Oh, I see. That would explain why it took the police so long to arrive, yes? Yes, Your Honor. Wow, I can literally see how hard Snow is trying not to be sarcastic. And I have a photo of the room for proof. Oh. According to this is evidence. Oh, I'm just gonna come to play then. Photo. Yeah, it's literally showing off like exactly what the room looked like before. Well, back to it. Still love that Phoenix versus Brisbane thing down the bottom screen. Crime scene around 2 AM, roughly an hour after the murder occurred. It really took you that long to reach the hotel? And once again, Mr. Wrong already resorts to grasping at straws. I mean, we're not talking about drinks right now, Brisbane. How can I be grasping for straws? I mean, I don't need a straw right now. This is a pointless question, you know it. Or do you? I was only asking. Jeez. Snow, carry on with your testimony. Tell us about the victim. The victim's face where had been shot in the head. In the head? Yeah, head. That's the thing in your shoulders that holds your brain, like... That's not what I meant. I'm asking you to confirm that the victim was really shot there. Well, he was. Look at the autopsy report. It's all there. Can I carry on now? Thank you very much. Just sort of her fingerprints were on it, but she was wearing gloves. Why didn't the victim just take the coffee? Did Miss Rubin hack into the room? I know, it's pretty weird if you ask me. The victim could have just taken the coffee. That doesn't change the fact, does it? That's what happened. That's how it went down. The body had one empty chamber. 10 feet away from the body, actually. Now? Who did the gun belong to? We can only find the victim's fingerprints on it, so we're assuming it was his. The victim brought a gun? Okay, so that was... I'm assuming the gun was his, then, huh? Why you... Well, hold on. Didn't they say, like... A businessman staying in a hotel shot in the head. So that's his gun. A businessman brought a gun to a hotel in the middle of nowhere? Why would the victim have brought a gun to the hotel? And the gas register put as a professional businessman. He's a professional man in arms. I don't know. Maybe just a very careful businessman? I'd buy that. Yeah, that sounds better in my head, actually. Anyway, back to the gun. It had one empty chamber, you say? Yeah, as if it had been fully loaded and fired once. And it also could have done it by the defendant. Hold on a second. Miss Rubin's fingerprints aren't even on that gun. How can you say for sure that she even touched it? Yeah, I was gonna say. Are you forgetting already, Mr. Almost Right? She was wearing a pair of black gloves. It's still entirely possible. Indeed, this issue does need addressing. Any objections on adding a statement to the testimony? None whatsoever, Your Honor. Very well. Did it snow? His fingerprints are on the gun, but she wore gloves. But it's on the coffee. I wonder if they present that, but what's the percentage? That's not solid enough proof. That's it? That's your argument against the statement? It was proof that she was the only other person in the room. Who else could have been? The ghost! And I'm sure Snow is able to confirm this. The defendant was the only other person in the room at the time. Yeah. Just to be sure. Could it not have been possible for the killer to escape through the window? Nope, the windows are bolted shut. Oh. And technically the hotel's in the third-story window, so, third story, so, yeah. Something the killer couldn't have done from the outside. There were no other exits from the room. And would that mean Maris really was the only other person in the room? It's a pretty accurate description of the crime scene. I'm thinking about it now, like, Actually, So, both at the same time, like, there should be someone else in the room, but there's not. Like, the coat rack is all knocked over, and Maris said she saw, like, a ghost, like, you know, nearby the window, but it was also the coat stand was knocked over because of a struggle, so... Did either the killer or Maris fight against the victim? For whatever reason? Maris' fingerprints on the coffee cup simply proves she was there. Since the cup is the most incriminating piece of evidence, it might be worth focusing the other items in the room for now. And it's true from the cup of coffee before her fingerprints were on it. I found something away from the body in her one empty chamber. His fingerprints aren't on the gun, but she wore gloves. If we have anything on hand for that. Might just be... the coffee cup? Okay, I was right the first time. Did it snow? You said the defendant was definitely wearing gloves? Are you trying to trip me up? Come on, even you knew that she was wearing the gloves. No? So you're definitely sure of that? Good. Then how do you explain this? I don't want some coffee right now, mate. I have my morning fill. The coffee cup? Why are you waving that in my face for? The defendant's fingerprints are on this cup, yes? How could that have happened if she was wearing gloves? See? Can't say for sure that she even touched the gun. Not so fast. Remember my witness? He saw the maid enter the room wearing the gloves. Pretty damn suspicious if you ask me. Huh? She was seen wearing them? Okay. I'm just getting reminded of him, the fourth case is like a game of him, he was wearing black leather gloves. Obviously suspicious. Indeed doesn't sound like a very normal thing for a maid to be doing. That's almost similar lines of them too. Unless she was planning to kill the victim. No way! Order. I have to agree with you, Mr. Brisbane. The defendant must have had a very suggestive reason for wearing gloves like that. And the hotel of all places. You can't just jump to that kind of conclusion about her gloves. Oh? Well, gee, I'm sorry then, but then what is she doing in the defendant's chair? You think you're so smart? Let's hear it. What was her reason for wearing those gloves then? Injury. Brisbane, you may be unaware of circumstances surrounding Miss Rubin. Why would I even care? Maybe you should, so you can, like, do your goddamn job? She's very self-conscious and never likes to make mistakes. Which is why when she cut her hand to the broken handrail on the stairs... Hold on, what broken handrail? What cut? She used the stairs to deliver the victim's coffee, but she cut herself on the rail. That was why she then put on the gloves. To hide her wound from the victim. And I guess it makes sense why, like, you never, like, didn't notice, like, you know, the cut in her hand, because since she's also self-conscious, she wants to hide that cut as much as possible. Oh yeah? Well, there's something you need to clarify that with. Like, oh, I don't know, the gloves? Oh yeah, I sort of forgot about these. Are those... Yeah, sorry, I forgot to present them earlier. How could you have forgotten about such a crucial piece of evidence? I just did, okay? I said sorry. Well, everyone makes mistakes, no? Don't worry about it. Well, in any case, the court accepts these gloves into evidence. I wonder if there's actually anything interesting in them besides... Oh, they're gloves. They're gloves. Doesn't prove the defendant injured herself, though, does it? Would you like to see for yourself, Brisbane? So this wound, where is it? What? Well, there goes that theory for you. And if you care to examine the inside of the right glove, you'll find traces of the defendant's blood. Nah, good. Why was I not informed about any of this, Snow? What have I just been saying? You're useless, do you know that? Both of your duologies work so well. Hold on. You, Harry, wasn't it? No, stop it. Huh? No, still Phoenix, not Harry. So what if the maid injured herself with on these gloves to hide it? Still doesn't excuse the empty revolver chamber, does it? Yes, doesn't change the fact that the gun was fired, but we just, like, prove that she held the gun. And she was the only person in the room. Would you add this to your testimony? Okay, if she was the only person in the room, and you find a way to prove, like, there was anyone else in the room, then... Which is so important to evidence I don't think we have. Sure. Okay, well, how else do you explain the empty chamber in the gun? Maybe the gun was fired but didn't strike the victim? Come on, mate. Even I'm not lazy enough to come up with an excuse like that. Then I had a new low. It's a pretty accurate description of the crime scene. Person the cop kept the proof she was there. The cop is the most important piece of evidence. It might be worth focusing their eyes in the room for now. I guess there's another second contradiction here somewhere. The gun was found 10 feet away from the body and had one chamber. Hold on a second. Gunshot wound to the head, bullet entered a vertical trajectory, direction unknown. Wait, okay, so the gun was 10 feet away, yet the gun was angled in such a way that it shot upwards to the victim's chin without missing. I'm pretty sure that would be very close together when the gun went off for it to happen, and then the gun was, like, thrown away 10 feet? That doesn't make sense. Is this it? Objection! Nope, okay. I think I'm onto something there. What was that? Face up with the floor, been shot in the head. Defendant's shirt and a coffee forehead. Her fingerprints were on it. The was found 10 feet away from the body and had one empty chamber. Prints were on the gun, but she wore gloves. Defendant was the only other person in the room at the time. How do you explain the empty chamber of the gun? Empty chamber of the gun. Don't know if it's a good time to bring this up, so... Hair, gloves, mirrors were at the time of the murder. Traces of blood inside of them. They just got a small caliber revolver, believed to be the murder weapon, one empty chamber. Photograph of the room 206 of the crime scene. It's also quite a ways from the body too. The rest now, the note which led to the arrest of Maris Investigation Hotel. Handrail, blood, cold coffee. Her fingerprints are on it. Nothing in the briefcase. Wall shield, pistols. I don't think we have the... I don't think we can use this for now. How should you explain the empty chamber of the gun? I don't know exactly what they want us to do here, though. So, like, find a way to prove, like, a gun fired somewhere else, but we didn't see, or we don't know anything about if the police found a bullet hole anywhere in the room, so, we can't use anything like that. So... Still think I feel on the right track with them, the gun, like, you know, has to be close to the victim's, like, you know, body in some way to, you know, shoot, like, you know, the bottom or the top of his head. Let me try this again. Maybe the gun was fired because it didn't check the victim. Other items in the room for now. Shot in the head. Let's drink a cup of coffee. Some 10 feet away from the body and have one empty chamber. Do we have to present that photo for the whole thing with... That doesn't make too much sense, but save scum... I love that. Let me try that. Yeah, it didn't work. Okay, definitely not save scumming, don't worry about it. How else do you explain the empty chamber of the gun? Don't know if it's a fact of, like, pressing something again or not. Or, like, literally, this is another case of him, that weird statement from Turnabout, scapegoat, that whole thing. Let's go through these again. It would not have been possible for the killer to escape through the window. Okay, that's the same. Well, there's only the door to go through. And I doubt we can use the ghost mirror saw to prove it, besides we don't even have any evidence that someone else is in the room entirely. Wait, I just had something. I just remembered something about the photo. Maybe that's the reason why we got it. Just face up. Where was it? 10 feet away from the body in one empty chamber. Is this it? Like I had this another idea. Okay. It was about, like, the coat stand in here. In the back? That's, like, behind the poster bed. And the gun is, like, far away from that as well, so... Huh. Has to be something like that, then, right? How do you explain the empty chamber in the gun? I think we need to present something here. Do we? we either present the two wall shield guns right here and I play right now? I don't think so, but didn't think so. An empty chamber of the gun. Our chance of like scrolling around. Death, contract to the head. April 2nd, 1:01 a.m. Bullet wound to the head. Bullet trajectory and then vertical direction unknown. Mounted on it, hangs in the lobby of the hotel. Empty chamber in the gun. Can we improve that? I don't know if we can, really. Trying to deliver good service. Just already things are protected, I'm not convinced. 200 minutes from karma. Yeah, we don't have it on hand, do we? I don't know, actually, to be honest. I'll try to figure this out between this and the next episode, because if I keep going, I'm probably gonna go around circles for a bit. I'm gonna try to figure this out. Put these up here. Just a bit confused about, like, I feel like I got some contradictions on hand in my head, but it's all the whole case of, like, going about, like, where do you present the right statement with the right evidence, that kind of thing. What was that? Like, even the original series had that kind of thing. Like, like the first games, like I guess second case also was like had a scene where you had to press every single statement of like
character twice because Phoenix just didn't have have the knowledge beforehand. I'm pretty sure before you were told that, then you would probably start presenting thinking it was your time to start doing that instead. Yeah, like just grasping. Yeah. It's a bit strange, but I guess I'll figure out what it is. Maybe I'm just stupid right now. Maybe. Or, it's worded weirdly, just how the, Turnabout scapegoat was. But we'll see then. So, for fun time watches as I am playing this, see you next time, the time may be, and I'll hope you have a fantastic day.